I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Rachel, at this time, I'll ask you to do a roll call of the board, please.
Okay, Tom Hill,
Here?
Dave Manzera,
Here.
Ken Sullivan,
Here.
Dave Lindros,
Here.
and alternate Dale Lewis.
Here.
I let the record show that there are 4 regular members and an alternate here. We have a quorum. And also I'm gonna ask our legal counsel to talk to the people in the audience and tell her why she has to swear people and how she'll be doing for this hearing.
If you do come up and speak to the board, I will have to swear you in. I ask that you state your first and last name and your business or residence address, and then I'll swear you in, because everything that you are going to be talking with them about, you're swearing to tell the truth, because if you were to have to appeal the matter, or someone would have to appeal the matter, this is testimony that would be used in that appeal.
Okay. You have a question, Sean?
If you can turn on those 2 mics. You?
Rachel, if you would read the first case this evening, 2025-0299 BZA. This was continued to the November 13th meeting.
Applicant Arco Power Equipment, Patrick Arco, submitted a conditional use application for property located at 1600 Menor Avenue. The proposed use by the applicant Arco Power Equipment, Inc. for outdoor power equipment sales, service, parts, and outdoor storage requires conditional use approval under sections 12.02K and 12.02W within the B3 zoning district, which includes the subject property.
Okay, find no error in our zoning inspector requiring a conditional use permit for this. So at this time, if there's someone in favor, if you'd like to come forward, be sworn, and just tell us what you're trying to do.
Could you state your first and last name?
Patrick Arco. My property or my business is currently located at 9360 Hamilton Drive in Mentor. Just purchased the
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for
Yes.
this board tonight?
yes.
Go ahead.
My business is currently located in Mentor. I just bought the property on Mentor Avenue, so we're going to be relocating. What were your questions?
Just kind of tell us what you want to do. I know you submitted a very thorough application, but just for everybody in the
I got
audience
you.
and review the
Yeah,
board,
so-
what you're looking.
Basically, we're just looking for the conditional use would be basically for parking mowers out front, new equipment, and lawnmowers for display on an exterior of the building during decent weather. I wouldn't put them out now. And then the outdoor storage for our service work behind the building, which we were talking to Sean about fencing in for theft issues.
You're looking to do something with fences in the back?
Yeah, we're planning on putting a gate up. So eventually, that's the game plan, is to put a fence up and then have a gate for the driveway so you can't get into the rear lot.
Okay.
That way it'd be completely fenced in.
And you just for the good of everyone here, on your application, you did say what kind of hours you're looking at doing? operating?
Yeah, normal business hours are like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Saturdays are seasonal. Just depends on the weather, really. I
Mhm.
mean, if it's poor weather like this, we work less hours.
And then Sunday you're closed,
Correct.
okay. Anything else? Anybody have any questions for Mr. Arco?
I do.
Sure.
Quick. On your drawing here, it's kind of hand drawing. You have 4 spots and it says mower display during business hours. I'm assuming you're going to be bringing them in then even.
Yeah, I'm not leaving them out for sure for theft and all that.
There's 4 drawings here. Are you know, is there going to be only 4?
I don't know. I don't know what the.
I mean,
I don't know how many we can park out there. I just kind of put that in for display. I'm not exactly looking to put everything up front. We've got to bring them in at the end of the day, so it'll be just a handful of them,
Yeah.
5 or 6 at the most, I would think.
so if we said 6, typically we like to have a number that we can.
I mean, 6
Hold
would
it
be
too, so that
6
we
would be more than enough, I would think.
Okay. Anything else on the board? Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
All right,
Is there anyone else to speak in favor of this request? Yes, if you would come forward.
Hi, David Williams. I own R&R Motors next door, 1588 Menor Avenue. So,
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the
yes,
board?
I do. I'll just say generally as a neighbor, Patrick, when he bought the property or signed his contract, came over, introduced himself. We're generally supportive of what he wants to do. The previous tenants have, I don't know, not exactly been the best. We commonly kind of get confused because we're a car dealership, they were a car dealership. So he's put a lot of work in on the property trying to clean it up. So my only question, he had conveyed that he was going to let the dealer's license lapse, which we'd be fine with or whatever, but just wanted to confirm that with him. But yeah, generally supportive to turn the page and see that become something different than what it's been. So
Okay,
thank you.
Anyone else to speak in favor of the request? Anyone to speak against the request? All right, if someone from the board would like to make a motion on this request, on the application?
I'd like to make the motion to approve case number 2025-20299-BZA
What conditions do you want to put on there?
with the conditions of no more than 6 mowers out front.
Can we change that to 6 pieces of equipment for him? Because if he
Could be lower.
does like
Yeah.
just instead of straight mowers,
Yeah, 6 pieces.
6 pieces of equipment.
I'm the one enforcing it, so it's easier for me to be like, oh no, you've got a snowblower, sorry.
And with the conditions of the hours run being Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, seasonal optional.
Would it be proper to say the conditions as he submitted in his application?
I would say so because there's not, I mean, it's basically the storage of that display out front, which we know he's going to be bringing in, and then he's going to be storing some stuff out back, but his containment area, ultimately, he doesn't want stuff strewed about. There's one thing that we do need to talk upon because he is moving from one building to another during the winter months. He wanted to know if he could kind of like store a pot outside, which would be conditionally used for a 6-month time period we talked about. Just because he's got small pieces and parts and boxes and stuff instead of jamming everything in the building. I know
Where
when
would
I
you
leave.
want to put the pot, on the side or the back? Out back, all right. Okay.
Yeah, so it wouldn't even necessarily be visible from the street once he puts his fence up.
So also make it a condition to be able to store a pot out back. How long do you need?
6 months.
6 months is probably enough.
Okay, for 6 months.
I have a question on the motion. You mentioned in your application you're closed on Sunday.
Correct.
Do you ever foresee the need to be open on Sunday?
I can only work so many hours and I need a break, so I go
No.
in, but I try not to.
Okay.
I used to be open Sundays back in the younger years, but
Okay.
catching up.
All right, very good.
Okay, and what about a length of the conditional use permit?
Conditional use for 5 years. That's a maximum that we can put on it.
Okay. You have to reapply after that, or how's that work?
So yeah, ultimately, when renewal time comes up, you'll either be notified or you'll remember if there's been no issues on the property. Then ultimately, the application goes back in, goes in front of the board. The board looks at the renewal, no issues, and then passes it for another 5. At that time, it's beneficial for you because if something changes in your business and you wanted to be like, hey, these displays are working, can I bump it up to 10? You know, then you can make those adjustments. You'd come in front of the board and have those conversations. And then it's in the favor of the board too. If, hey, something's not working out, zoning violations are populating, then that gets you in front of the board and you're like, hey, we need to straighten this up type situation because it's not working well for the township.
For his information, what's the cost of the reapplication in 5 years? I mean, the same, less, more?
Less. In-person renewals are less. If it's in person, it's the same.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, anything else? Rachel, the motion's been made. Do you wanna read it back, please? Do you
I
have?
was actually gonna ask if someone could repeat the motion, the conditions.
Go
So
ahead.
the conditions would be, right now, max of 5 pieces of equipment out front,
6, I think we said.
or 6, I'm sorry. And the hours would be Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, we could place the same hours, 9 to 5.
Yeah, that'd be more than enough.
And the pod to be stored in the back for a max of 6 months.
And-
Okay.
And a 5-year.
5 year.
5-year term, okay. So no more than 6 pieces of equipment. The hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 5. To store a pot in the back of property for a maximum of 6 months, and then for a 5-year term.
Mhm.
Okay. And that was.
All right. The motion's been made. We need a second.
Yes.
Seconded by Ken. Okay, Rachel, if you call the roll.
Okay, Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave Anzera,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes,
And Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Is this something you wanna start moving on right away?
Well, weather permitting, I mean.
The reason I ask, normally this doesn't become official until our next meeting, and sometimes we don't have a meeting in the middle of winter. And it, when we approve the minutes, but we can journalize this decision and make it effective immediately.
Yeah, if you don't
So
mind.
if someone would like to make a motion to journalize this decision, then
I'll make a motion to generalize it.
Second.
Rachel?
Okay, alternate Dale Lewis.
yes,
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Dave Anzera.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the township.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure glad the Williams were here to support him instead of saying, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, you know, it's. Maybe if I had a car dealer, they might have said the other thing.
He comes over, he goes, we're gonna close the car lot, and we're like, yes.
Get them really push, a lot of pushback on that.
Yep, I don't know, we might be coming here to try to sell mowers if it goes well. Thanks, guys.
All right, anybody that is, you're welcome to leave, you can stay for the rest of the meeting, whatever you wanna do here, so. All right, so Rachel, if you would, well, first, yeah, if you wanna read, 2025, or 2025 DZA, 0300.
Applicant Sean Brock submitted a conditional use application for property located at 116 Meadows Drive. The applicant is requesting conditional use approval under section 31.03A1. Did I say that right? A1? Is it A?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
31A1.
Oh, where'd I go? 31.03A1 of the zoning resolution to allow the keeping of chickens on a residential parcel less than 50 point half an acre in size. Sorry.
Okay, again, I find no issue, I find no error in our zoning inspector required any conditional use permit for this. And, is there anyone here, is Sean here this evening? This was continued once, from what I understand, he's been doing this all along and he just found out he needed this conditional use permit, is that correct, Sean?
Correct, so there were chickens on the property, zoning inspector notified, that application was needed, mostly because it was free-range chickens through the neighborhood. They have been corralled to a point, we haven't got any more complaints on them running around free, still on the property. He was notified of the change, along with the other cases of time and dates. So I will ask if you guys could just continue this case for one more time so I can reconfirm with him on coming, or if he plans on removing chickens from the property.
Okay, it's been the procedure of this board, if someone doesn't show up, to at least continue it for one meeting. So I would ask for a recommendation to continue this hearing.
I'll make a motion to continue, case, 2025-0300 DZA.
Second.
Okay, Rachel, motion's been made and seconded.
Okay, Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
yes.
Dave Anzera,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes,
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
okay.
You know, it occurs to me, he could be the only one on the agenda next meeting.
Well, we'll see what, yeah, new business, old business is. Yeah, it could be. Now Rachel, if you would read 2025-0320, please.
Okay, applicant, 7273 Miller Properties, / Handy Rents, submitted a conditional use application for property located at 2115 Menor Avenue. The request is for operation of a rental business as a similar use per section 12.05W, along with outdoor storage of rental equipment and other business-related items, and display of rental equipment per section 12.05K.
Okay, and again, I find no error in our zoning inspector requiring conditional use permit for this. So if there's someone there that would like to approach and speak and tell us what you want to do, identify yourself and then be sworn. Yep. Manny?
Sorry.
Oh.
Could you state your first and last name?
Yeah, it's Patrick Miller.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth? Sorry. Now I'm having the speech. The whole truth, nothing but the truth to this board tonight.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, tell us what you want.
Sure. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Patrick Miller. I'm the co-owner and president of Handy Rents. We're locally owned and operated equipment and tool rental business serving Northeast Ohio, serve contractors, homeowners, and local businesses. We are proposing to relocate our existing Painesville Township operation to this commercial property. The use is consistent with surrounding commercial uses, and we believe the site is a strong fit for our business and the community. We have already received approval from the township trustees, and we're here this evening for the Board of Zoning Appeals portion of the process. We will be storing equipment in designated fenced-in areas with additional fencing that matches the existing style. On the east side of the property, we want to continue it around the property. We will also keep equipment displays outside of the fenced-in area, limited to business hours only, similar to Patrick, and in approved areas. And then we're also looking for fuel and propane storage, and we'll follow all applicable code and safety requirements. We plan to clean up and maintain the existing landscaping, keep the current utilities as they are, and utilize the existing refuse and service areas. We do not anticipate any negative impact to the neighboring properties as the site has historically been commercial in nature. We've operated numerous similar locations in Northeast Ohio, and we take great pride in being a good neighbor and a clean professional operation. We respectfully request approval of this conditional use, and we're happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Okay. Any questions from the board? What, when you say business hours, do you have
Yeah.
specific hours?
Yes, we're seasonal, similar to Patrick. We are open right now 7:30 to 5 p.m. But during the summer months, we'd like to be 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at that location. That's Monday through Friday. Saturdays, our normal hours during the season are 8 to 4. That could extend to 5 depending on demand, but 8 to 4 is normally. Right now, we're 8 to noon, and during the winter hours, we're closed right now on Sundays as well. Currently, we're open in the summer there for just 3 hours from 9 a.m. to noon, and that's what we would probably propose to be for Sundays. So
Saturday, you said 8 to 4 or
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
You might want to ask
4.
for 5.
Okay,
Just in case
yeah, that's
they
fine.
have to
Yeah,
stay
8 to 5 p.m. Yep,
And 7 to 5 on Monday through Friday.
correct.
Sunday 9 to noon.
Sunday, 9 to noon. Yep. And we're like I said, now though we're closed on Sundays due to seasonality. So
I looked through your application and it's just one question. One of the things, you want a sliding gate near Menor Avenue. What
Yeah.
is that?
So we want to have a gate to access around the perimeter of the property. So the yellow right here is where we want to have a gate that would be, the yellow would be the proposed new fence. The orange is the existing fence that's there, and they have a swing gate. I mean, if you prefer a swing gate, that would be fine too.
No, you're just talking one that goes this way then.
Yeah, it would just basically tuck behind where it says customer parking right there, and the whites right there.
Okay.
It would just slide and open up that way.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that would be kept open during business hours?
Yeah, yeah, correct, yeah. And currently we have Penske trucks at our current property in Painesville Township. We would not be bringing that over here because people would park them after hours, jam up the drive and everything. It would be cluttered and.
You're not
so
gonna have rental trucks then?
We wouldn't have the Penske trucks. We do rent a couple dump trucks.
But not.
Yeah, we wouldn't
moving
have
trucks.
anything like that, no. And
we would, you know, our customers are not allowed to drop equipment off after hours right now, and that's not something we'll probably ever allow them to do. So there would be really nothing out front during closed hours. Obviously, it's a security thing as well, so. Yep, and then that's actually, I updated this plan a little bit. It's different in your, in the packet that you guys have. On the left side where it has the business hour equipment display, that, we were thinking that would be for, employee parking, on that side during the business hours. So basically during closed hours, that would just be empty, the front lot that's not gated in. And then during the business hours, we wanted to display, obviously, I could tell you guys wanted exact number of equipment, pieces of equipment, so, I'd say, 6 to 10 pieces maybe, max, but that's a lot of pieces for us to put out front and drag out there before the day starts, so, what do you think? Do you have any?
I would say 10 would be a good number.
Yeah,
And where would that equipment be parked?
In those, the two blue areas there.
Right out in the front by the sidewalk?
yeah.
And what type of equipment?
It could be anything from, a walk behind type of piece of equipment. It wouldn't be anything like you'd have to tow. It would be a drivable piece or a walkable piece, basically. So, an example could be like a skid steer, an excavator, or something like that, or something smaller like a mini track loader, like a little walk behind piece, or stump grinder. It all depends what's available to put out too, because obviously rental yourself.
On Jackson Street, I've seen you park things out front, the
Yeah.
lifts.
Yeah, Yeah.
Motoring lifts.
yeah.
All right.
So.
Could you indicate where the propane storage would be?
Yeah, it's actually, so that was after I submitted this was for the trustee meeting. We can't have propane and fuel refill at the same area. They have to be, I think, 25 or 50 feet apart, and they have to be a certain distance from the building and certain distance from property lines. So, it's in the packet I put here, but we're basically thinking that it's gonna be, we're gonna probably put some fuels here. There's already power here for these lights. So we were thinking about putting a couple fuel caddies there, and then propane would be probably either towards the front. We got to work with the city, or with the fuel company and the state with the regulations and everything on that, so. But our proposal is basically somewhere around here and then around here, so. This would actually be equipment storage over here now, because we couldn't put the fuel by the property line right there, so. And this is gonna be equipment storage as well. This is where the first proposal was for an employee park. And then the flow would be that we'd have, if you could maybe zoom out a little bit, yeah, basically we be entering on the western side of the property, and then it'd be looping back out right there.
Okay. Dale, do you have any questions on the propane and the fuel?
Well, he stated that he's gonna have it done per code.
Yeah.
My question is, we have a sign at the door stating that they can't bring propane in. I know
Inside, oh yeah, of
they,
course, yeah.
you know that they
Yeah.
can't, but
Yeah.
if there's not a sign there,
Yeah.
they'll
no,
be
it's good.
carrying it in saying, hey, I need propane,
Yeah,
right?
no, we would tell, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll make sure we have the sign at the door for that, absolutely. And we don't wanna bring equipment or anything in the building either,
Well, then maybe you can kind of
Right, it just,
combine them.
yeah, so please leave, yeah.
Mr. Lewis is a former battalion chief of the Mentor Fire Department, that's why I kind of referred to him.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
not an expert on propane, but I know there's a lot of restrictions on where you can put things. And
Yeah.
As long as you follow that,
right,
everybody will be happy. It's gotta
Yeah.
be distance from doors and all that.
yeah, that's the big thing, so maybe I'll lean on you and some other people to help make sure we get it in the code, obviously, get the fire department involved and everything like that, so.
Yeah, fill stations are a little bit different than, typically we run into, propane exchanges.
Yeah,
And it's a little different setup. They usually come out and they can be pretty portable because they're already in a contained,
sure,
confined area that's
Yeah.
protected. But, there's a bunch written on it.
yeah,
And we usually have the supplier can provide a lot of that information as
Exactly.
well, but,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we use Amerigas, so.
I think they could give you
Yeah.
everything in
Yep.
spades.
Yeah, that's and we sell that. We'll sell that for refill purposes, but we also use that for some of our equipment runs on propane as well.
Sure.
So if something's running like a forklifts that we rent, if they want to be used for indoor use.
How big a tanks will you be bringing?
It's 1,000 gallon, so it's not a very large. It's not like a very large.
Is
tank.
that about what you have there?
That's what
on
we have at
Jackson?
Painesville, and we would propose to move that existing tank. Yeah, because they're they would move it. That company,
AmeriGas?
AmeriGas would move it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you get filled? Just curiosity.
I think it's probably like at most quarterly, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have a little better business here on
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice to fill an old vacant building up with something that would be vibrant.
Yeah. No, I think it would be. Yeah. I mean, needs some TLC obviously, but and for us, I mean, we have our current facility. We don't have we don't have a big shop. We'd have to we'd have to probably put up a building, or propose to put a building up there for a shop, and the kind of equipment we're working on now, it's bigger than what we used to rent, the rototillers and sanders and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different for our uses now, and we would we're also probably going to be moving a central shop that we have in Euclid into that facility as well. So we'd have more techs and more employees, working out of that facility as well. So.
You're in an old agricultural building over there from Martin Nursery, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many employees will you have?
So right now at the Painesville property, we probably have around 8. We're proposing probably anywhere from upwards of 20, possibly. I think by spring we'd probably have 15. We were also thinking about moving our central offices and operation we have a business called Aladdin Rents in Eastlake, so that's where we kind of have that. But it would be a lot nicer to have a lot of those people under one roof, with purchasing and parts and accounting, all, because it's inefficient the way we do it right now.
So you'll also be carrying Hilti products?
Yeah, we do carry, we rent Hilti products and everything like that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we have Hilti, and some of the signage right now was just drawn up, just to be threw on there. I'm working with Sean and Rough Neon to come up with the signage that would be proposed for the building, and that could be like brands and stuff like that of the equipment that we carry or sell. Yeah.
Are you and
I always
Mr.
wondered
Arco
about
going to be in
transportation.
cahoots?
I get a ton of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Propane there,
Yeah. We'll help him out. Yeah. No, it's great. I'm excited for him too. It's a good opportunity for him. Good exposure. So. Yeah.
Okay, anything else from the board? Any other questions? Is there anyone else to speak in favor of the request? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My name's Mike Oceanero.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the board tonight?
I do. Just want to be real quick. I'm with the ownership of the property as their real estate agent. Just wanted to say that the owners are in support of the property use they're proposing, and they've been absolutely wonderful to work with from beginning to end. Hopefully end here tonight, but we've had several interests from U-Haul, used car dealerships, a lot of uses that we know the township wouldn't look too favorably on. We just feel like this would be a great use of the property. It's not a traditional retail property. It's more of a warehouse with an office front. So adapting it to like a Trader Joe's or something more attractive it's basically a tear down and a rebuild, which makes it tough to make the numbers crunch. So it's been on the market since July of 24. So we're ready to move it, and we're in full support of the property being sold and the use being given to their conditional use permit to their needs.
Okay, thank you. Yep. Anyone to speak against the proposal? Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Jim Doganero. I live at 2100 Menor Avenue, right across the street where they're proposing to put this Handy Rents or Sun Rental or whatever it may be.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to the board tonight?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm baffled that I'm here today because it was passed by the board even before I'm aware of it. Just like Popeyes was, and just like the Amplify, or whatever it is, the marijuana facility. I live in the property. It was foreclosed and bought it 10 years ago this February. Now, you mentioned that the property is consistent with the area. This is not Jackson Street. this is Menor Avenue. And as the only place I know where you have a Handy Rents, Sun Rents is by 306. I grew up in Euclid. Handy Rents is on St. Clair in an industrial area. I worked at Lincoln Electric for 35 years. To have something like this on Euclid Avenue, I think it's bringing Euclid Avenue down. To occupy the building, fine. Bought it with all new cars, both sides of the street, very well maintained. I took care of the property on the last lot there, fertilized it, got the weeds back to grass. To put a facility like this, I sit in front of the property, look out all the time at the cars. I said it is in Jackson Street, and that's not derogatory to Menor Avenue. The two new buildings, the Popeyes and the Amplify, look really nice. I didn't want that there, but it looks very nice. This building that's there now, where the dealership was Ganley, is an old building. The building across the street had asbestos in it. I waited for them to tear it down in weather like this, and they did it. And couldn't move in the building, couldn't walk in the building for 10 years. I think you guys are owners of it, Miller. If you're part of that group, I have no idea. My problem with this is we weren't notified of Popeyes, we weren't notified about Amplify, and we weren't notified about this. Lived there for almost 10 years with the new cars, as I stated. Only place I can think of is Handy Rents on Menor Avenue out by 306. Or is it Sun Rental?
Sun Rental's not us.
Okay, and Sun Rental's also on the Marginal by 185th. None of them are on a major street, which Menor Avenue, Euclid Avenue is. As I drive down Menor and Euclid Avenue, I was from Euclid, Wycliffe area. I don't see any Sun Rental, anything out on the street. I thought Painesville, from Menor to Painesville, was becoming nice with the buildings where our box is, the whole conglomerate there, and the Popeyes, Target from there out looked nice and was looking nice. Don't know what to expect across the street from my house. Just had the taxes doubled because I was in a residential area, and they were saying, oh, I appealed it because it was commercial. It's commercial, but you're saying this is consistent with the area. I don't see nothing in front of anywhere. And if he has to put Mr. Arco here, listening to this, you gave him a fixture of how many vehicles or things he can put in front. Why not do the same thing here? I don't want it there no matter what it is. I think you're gonna have, I'm a laborer. I don't mind laborers coming there, but across the street, you're gonna have people pulling in. You're gonna have people picking up things, and we're not gonna redo the building either. It's not consistent with what I was told when we were doing the buildings over next to me, Sean. The buildings were supposed to be all nice and this and that. Now we're gonna open that building up and say, okay, as long as somebody can rent here and move in, it's okay? How can that be? And what I'm overwhelmed with is I had a name for them, I'm not gonna say it. The three guys approved this, and I should have been aware of that before we get here. Now, and are we gonna come here to put conditions on it? What conditions are we putting on it? It's already approved, this is what we're gonna do? I don't know, I came from Euclid and Wycliffe, I had 4 houses my whole life. And anytime you moved, breathed, you had to go in front of somebody and get it approved. Here it seems like Painesville Township. They do it and then they let you know or don't let you know at all, it's already approved. What conditions are we putting on here? It's already approved and it's gonna be there? I live directly across the street.
Let me answer something for you.
Go ahead.
The trustee, it is approved in the zoning that is, that piece of property. In our revised code, that business is an approved usage. It's approved by the trustees because it's approved in our zoning resolution. Our zoning resolution also spells out a number of businesses that require a conditional use permit, and this is one that requires it. So it's approved by the township, but it has to come before our board to do just what you're asking us to do, put conditions on it.
What conditions can you put on a building that you have Handy Rents that's on a major?
Well, one of the conditions we're talking about, we're asking questions, how many pieces of equipment can he put out front?
Irrelevant,
What
really
kind-
irrelevant. It's
That's
not like a car
condition.
lot like Ganley.
You asked
has
us what
all
we
new
could
cars.
do. This is something we can do. I mean, I understand your concern, but it's.
You don't, and neither did the Board of Revision when I appealed the taxes. I said I'm in a residential, right next to commercial, across from commercial. And they said, and the noise pollution from all the cars. I'm not a prude, and I know how it is to live there. I bought it because it was a good deal, fixed it up and made it good for the area.
How
I do
many-
not want to live across from something like that.
How many residential homes are on Route 20 in that area?
I don't know, the one next to me just sold for last summer, right in the
one-
corner of Miramar and me, and I.
So it's on Miramar.
Yeah, no,
I'm asking on
facing-
Route 20.
on Route 20, he's right next to me, it's on 20.
Two frontages for residentials, and these are the only two residential properties on Mentor Avenue in the township.
No, down the street, there's more houses on the other side
Those
of
are
Miramar.
zoned commercial. Even though there's homes there, they're legal non-conforming, they're on our zoning map, those are classified as commercial lots,
Okay,
but these are zoned.
Well, I see your concerns, but my point was, I think the mistake was made when they allowed it to be residential because that house
that's
is
not my
fairly new.
mistake, I can't change that.
Well, I know,
You can't
and I
either.
can't change it either. I'm just saying, I think,
We
If
can
there
stop
was-
something from being worse in your
well,
area.
you know, we have commercial
Great.
buildings all up and down Route 20. We
Yeah,
can't,
yeah, you do.
you know,
I don't see anything like that in front of the buildings. Cars, yes, usually the cars are in good shape. It's not Eastlake, for Christ's sake. When you go down Eastlake, you see all used cars and that.
I would
mean-
say what our board is gonna try and do, it's a unique situation. You have a residential piece of property in a commercial neighborhood. And Mr. Miller, I think, is a good gonna be a good neighbor. And, you know, if we ask him to do some things, hopefully he'll work with us to make it, again, it's a commercial piece of property. Make it
Has-
as
is-
nice as he can.
Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, I did.
It's an eyesore
Hasn't
right
Mr.
now.
Miller owned that property all along?
No, you're getting the two
Two Millers.
Millers confused. So
Okay.
the Miller property that is located next to you, that has been rented out, is Gary Miller.
Yeah.
This is a totally different,
Did he own the property across the street, Ganley? Also?
Ganley is,
Both Ganley, he had both sides.
no, he leased that property from Gary Miller to store cars over there.
So now they're selling that property to another Miller?
No. The Ganley property where the car dealership had all of its salesmen in there in service is being sold to Handy Rents Miller Properties. So that's who's purchasing it. The property next to you is still under Gary Miller, and at some point
We're
could be
not
developed.
talking about the one next to me. We're talking about the one across the street tonight.
Yeah, so that has nothing to do with Gary Miller. We just have a Miller Property Handy Rents purchasing from Ganley. That's who's purchasing the property.
I don't know if any of you people, and Mr. Hillier, he's not here, and I wish he was. He
Mr.
said,
Hillier is a trustee.
I know, and he's part of the one of the three that voted it to get here, approved it to get here. I would
I
think.
would assume.
I-
I was not at that
Yeah,
trustee.
he was one of the one that says I'm against progress. And the last time I told him when we were putting the facility two lots from me, I'm not against progress, but it'd be nice to be let in on what we were going to do. Would it have been against it then? Yeah, would have probably would have been. Well, but I still would have liked to, I gave my opinion there.
Mhm.
And I said, if he lived where I did, how would he be? I sit in front, I wanna look at the equipment. I don't know, I see handymen on 222nd, Sun Rental by 306 Sun Rental, also by, and equipment's everywhere. Am I gonna look at equipment all over the property? I don't know what to expect. And they're not gonna redo the building, so it isn't to make the area look better. It may be to pull in some money, but I don't see how you're gonna make that building look any better than it is unless you're gonna redo it. If that was a condition to redo the building, to be uniform with what's going on, I might be for it. I don't know, I just gave you my opinion. I don't expect anyone here, and it sounds pretty negative to do anything. Maybe you could allot, to tell them, instead of 6 mowers, I want 10 or 8. That's pretty irrelevant to me. I don't want 18, I don't want 80, but I could see if you keep it nice. It still won't satisfy me, and it doesn't satisfy that area. It's not Jackson Street, it's Menor Avenue. As you guys drive by Menor Avenue from Menor, you can see what you have. Now, where you guys are with, he's gonna have a new facility, there's no car lots, they're well taken care of. I had car lots 10 years by me, or 8, or whatever it may be. and they were all new cars, so it's okay with that. That's it, I just had to voice my opinion, I'm not for it, I wish I would've known prior to getting here. What conditions you can put on, I don't know, that's up to you, that's why.
Okay, appreciate your input.
It really doesn't matter, and I really didn't wanna come as a third time, cause it's like talking, I have a negative outlook on everything from the last.
All right, thank you. Anyone else to speak against the proposal? All right, at this time, does the board have any other questions, Mr. Miller, the applicant?
I guess I have one question. So what are your plans in you mentioned in your proposal about signage, and you would apply, you would adhere by the current requirements for signage on that building. Can you just tell us real briefly what your vision is for the appearance of the building, short term and maybe longer term? Do you have any plans to do any modifications to the exterior of the
Not
building?
really, I mean, we would clean it up and paint it, you know, and, you know, tough point where there's, brick, you know, the mortar, you know, some of the basic repairs of the building. But, you know, it definitely, it has a lot of mismatched paint, mismatched doors, we would make that all consistent throughout the property. And then obviously, you know, with the signage and everything like that, we want to put a branding on the building, and then we're proposing to put a couple different brands of the equipment that we offer or sell, you know, that's as well. So, yeah, and we're, you know, put some money in the parking lot, because the asphalt needs some considerable repair. So, you know, that would be done in stages, obviously, from that point. One of the things that I think you would be happy with would be, you know, we'd be moving out, we'd be removing a lot of those, ugly lights by right by the Center Avenue that are up, those up, you know. Yeah, those things, those are all gonna be gone. We might keep like that one back there possibly, and another one, because like I was saying, it would be nice to have some just for security purposes, and, since there's power, tap off of those, but for the most part, all those ugly looking signs would be gone. That, pedestal sign is no longer there, they took that down. We do have a proposal to put one that's 6 foot tall or whatever up to that, you know, up to that height at that location. And we would load, that's the service door on the left there would be, we would load up some, you know, concrete supplies and some of the customer supplies that we have for contractors and everything like that, because it's just, they can basically back to that door, we can load them with a, you know, forklift or something like that as well, so. That pole will be gone as well, that light pole. Yeah, all the front light poles that would be visible from the street would be all removed, so.
Okay.
Just to clarify in regards to the equipment, that stuff would be removed in the evening, it would be removed when you closed?
Yeah,
Moved.
from the front, yeah, we just put it back behind the storage area at the back, yes.
And did I understand you said it would be in the, what's it, the northeast corner of your property is where that equipment would be?
Where the what would be?
The northeast corner where the
northeast-
blue is.
So in terms of display would be along the front, just kind of like the car dealership had cars out front, right? Except for those would then be shifted behind the fence at some point at night, depending on the piece of equipment. And I don't know if you leave concrete buggies and stuff outside, obviously, you know, skid steers you do, but you know, it'd be placed behind the fence, you know, at wherever the location of it. Obviously, securing the assets is gonna be their largest, you know, I don't envision them wanting to leave out a Bobcat or a skid steer next to B-Rocks and a fun night starts and we have another Menor trail of skid steer. So, from a signage standpoint, in the packets you can see, you know, he was doing his best clip art, but he's teamed up with a great sign company. Ultimately, on this property, there is a variance already applied for from the previous owners, which stays with the property, for extra signage. And I'm working with that company to match the square footage of those sign locations. From a zoning standpoint, you know, I didn't even realize the sign was gone. I'm sorry. I'm happy that it's not there because tall signage is no longer allowed. So if it was still there, it would have been legal non-conforming. He could have kept using it, but now that the sign has been removed, it's no longer can be placed there. But he's more than happy to meet the standards of what we see kind of over at Sherwin-Williams type situation, like where you're getting that type. Whether he wants to spend more money and put like a reader border in, and I'm not sure. So ultimately, removing of these rust sticks, is very beneficial. Just the nature of, it gets rid of the look. The building itself, it's in good shape, right? So at whatever point he wants to come in after, being there for a year or two and, financials are more leveled out versus purchasing a large purchase, still staying within the township. And he wanted to either make adjustments, change the front, and add some brick decor to meet the Western Reserve standards, which is conversations we've had. It's just the nature of time, money, and how fast you can do it. We don't know what the economy is going to do, let alone anything else. But if somebody's willing to stay in the area and backfill an area that we've had, what?
Have you had those discussions with them?
I'm on his Christmas card list, so lots of conversations for sure. And honestly, we've been approached by used car dealerships. We've been approached by hotels. We've been approached by, I don't know how many people you've taken calls from. There's just random things that want to go in there that just don't fit. We've even contacted pickleball companies to see if they were interested in buying it, for indoor pickleball. It's just not, it's a old car dealership that ultimately is very, very hard to utilize.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have something that can fit in there and that somebody's going to invest in it, it's a fit.
Okay. Yes, sir.
The variance you're referring to, is it for the Fiat sign they put on the side of the building about 2 years ago? Because they sent it to us to show up the variance, to put a sign.
So
Called it, it was for the Fiat sign on the right side, as you see it right there.
yeah, so the variance is for the 1, 2, 3, 4 signs, and the Fiat sign is not even in the game. And I've already had a conversation about removing that.
To me, the others were there when I moved in 10 years ago.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Someone like to make a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion for the conditional use application or permit for the case number 2025-0320-BZA with the conditions of hours of operation being Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 5, Sunday, 9 to noon. And the other condition is to have a max of 10 pieces of equipment out front that are going to be returned behind the gate after operating hours. And another condition would be for the fuel and propane to be by Ohio code. And also the sign in the front stating no propane refilling.
No tanks inside the
No
building.
tanks inside the building, yeah.
That's-
Portable tanks inside the building.
People come to get them filled, and they carry them in with them, almost invariably, at
So-
least the first time.
Okay.
Because are you going across the front line or not? With barb wire? If it's not on the front and on the side, you're fine. Yep.
The other side does have barb on the front.
Yeah. So ultimately, in the application, you're gonna see about barbed wire as well. In our zoning, you can have barbed wire, but it just is not on the front portion. It's just on the rear fence, which ultimately would be. There's already 50% of the whole property is on the left-hand side already barbed wire in, but adding in more along the back where security would be more of a concern, people driving around the building on that
So
side.
it would just be on the south side of that fence?
It would be, nowhere here along the front. It would start probably right along the building side on the right where the equipment is stored, wrapping all the way around and then reconnecting back over here.
Does that require a conditional use?
No, I'm just, and if you wanted it in the front, that's what I was confirming with. So when you see it in there about barbed wire, it's fine to have zoning. It's not razor wire, figured that out. So it's just the pokey one, so.
And for this to be a 5-year conditional use.
And that would be the same things for you guys in terms of renewal when it comes up. Basically, just if you guys want to change businesses as we talk, like, hey, we're going to add this in, or if there's been issues and stuff, then so.
So I would have to remove, you guys remove the barbed wire in the front, it's the existing.
If it's existing, don't touch it. Just on any new additions. You don't have to write anything. You're good.
Okay. Did you get all that?
What was the sign for the propane tanks?
They would like a sign at the entrance to the man door that you can't take in a portable 20-gallon propane tank.
So sign at entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
No paintings in the building.
Yes. Okay. I just didn't catch where they wanted it. Okay, so for the conditional uses, I have for hours of operation, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday is 9 a.m. to noon. And then for a maximum of 10 pieces of equipment stored out front during the day. And then the fuel and propane will be by the Ohio Code. A sign at the entrance that'll read no tanks inside of building, and then for a 5-year term.
Everyone in the applicants understand all the conditions that we put on?
Yes.
Okay. Someone like to second the,
I'll second.
motion's been made and seconded. Rachel, if you call the roll, please.
Okay, Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Dave Anzera,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
You own the property now and you wanna get rolling on this?
So we have the LOI right now, we wanted to wait till we got through this process to actually sign the purchase agreement, which will probably be signed next week, I'd say.
I guess what I'm getting around to, you want us to journalize this?
Yes.
Okay, so let's make a motion to journalize this decision.
I'll make a motion to journalize.
Motion's been made?
Second.
Okay, Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave Anzera,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Welcome to a new place in Painesville Township.
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And according to Sean, do the best you can to try to conform to the Western Reserve look.
Yeah.
Store your red bricks out front.
PTSD from It's gotta be improvement over vacant, doesn't it?
It's gotta be an improvement of what's there now.
Yeah.
It's an
I-
ugly
Yeah.
vacant lot. Thank you, everybody, for coming this evening. I don't think we have anything else, so at this point, I'm gonna ask, make a motion to close the public hearing.
I move we close the public hearing.
Second.
My motion been made and seconded?
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Dave Anzera,
Yes.
and alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes,
You always get that extra thing.
that's right.
Special. All right, at this time, we'll open the regular meeting. Has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes as submitted? If there's no objection to the minutes as submitted, let them go into the record as submitted. Make a motion to approve the minutes as they were submitted to us.
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second. I like the closing time, 6:35.
Yeah. 6:05.
Yeah, did you make the corrections that I sent over for the minutes?
Yes, I
she
did.
did.
Yeah.
I didn't see another copy.
Oh, I didn't look and see if it was made. I saw it in the email.
Or, 6 p.m. and then,
Here, they.
Okay, so the motion's been made and seconded to close the meeting.
wait,
Or not to approve the minutes, I'm sorry.
to the
We
minutes,
already
yes,
closed.
minutes. Okay, Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
David Zera,
Yes.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not gonna vote. Any old business? New business, that's December 9th?
Sean Brock?
Just the, obviously the special meeting.
Not
next-
December 15th, I'm sorry.
Just the special meeting that's coming up.
Special meeting, okay. With nothing else, I'd ask that the next meeting is gonna be January 13th. I will not be here, and I don't think Mr. Lewis will be here. We have business
plans.
south of the border,
Big plans.
big plans. So, gentlemen, are you gonna be around?
Should be.
Three? I don't know if there's gonna be anything show up other than this, chicken thing.
You know, we might should have made the postponement for that to be if we have a meeting, or the next one, because coming in for a chicken coop meeting is kind of a waste of everybody's time and money, but plus they're doing it anyway, right? He's already,
Yeah, how do you feel about that, Mandy? If there's nothing else, just let this, have the board say, can we just let it continue until there's something else on the agenda?
You can, yes, you can do that.
Need
and
to make
you'd
a
have to,
motion?
yeah, do a motion.
Well, why don't we make a
Do
motion
that
that if this
now.
continuance with the chicken coop thing is the only thing on the next meeting, let it automatically continue to the next meeting where there's something else on the agenda.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think it's better for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to come in,
His chickens are gonna be there anyways.
city doesn't have to pay as much money to,
So someone
and
might,
he's already running the chickens.
now the meeting is closed, can we do that?
We're still in business.
Yeah, it's new, it's still the new business.
All right, still new-
I do not believe that it's an issue. No.
Alright, so under new business, let's just, I don't know if you know if we make a motion, let's just leave it, if this thing is continued and it's the only thing on the agenda, just continue it again till a meeting comes up where there's something else on the agenda.
we can do that. Okay,
You need a motion for that?
Yes.
I can't make it.
I'll make the motion if you wanna write down whatever you said.
I got it, she got it. Okay, so and then I need a second.
Second.
Let's use that. Okay, Dave Zera,
Yes.
Dave Lindros,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Okay, can we finish voting for the minutes, cause that was a little discombobulated.
Yeah.
I have, Dave and Sarah for a motion, Dave Lindros for a second, Ken Sullivan and Dave and Sarah voted. Do we have to do that again, or can we just continue?
Just continue.
Okay, Tom Hill,
Yes.
alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure all that's
Okay, thank
So
you.
the 15th, that's 5:30?
5.
5
5.
5.
o'clock.
5 o'clock.
And sorry for the confusion, Mr. Sullivan, on that one.
Do we need to do for adjournment?
Yeah, we need
Do
to,
a vote.
well, we need a motion to adjourn at 7:27.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Jump ball.
Okay, Ken Sullivan,
Yes.
Tom Hill,
Yes.
Dave Lindros.
Yes.
Alternate Dale Lewis.
Yes.
Dave and Zera.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Rachel? I'm gonna give you that back.
Yeah, I'll